Hello everyone, this is Ms. Van Hook, and in this video we're going to look at how to take data from a Google form and to use the Google form to be able to analyze that data, to be able to make some graphs, and to make a Google Sheet that will allow you to make additional graphs and analyze subpoints or subsets of your data that might not be part of your initial questions. So here we can see it is our science fair survey, and the person was testing how different types of music without words, or the lack of music, affected how long it took you to read a passage and your reading comprehension quiz score. So here it is, and whenever you're in your Google form, after you've posted that and begin gathering data, you'll be able to see how many people have responded right up here by the Responses tab. So 15 people have taken it so far. That number will change as long as that link is active, and the data that is generated will automatically update as new data comes in. When I click on this Responses tab, it's going to show me a summary. And we'll notice that Google Forms makes my pie chart for me. It labels it well. It includes the question, the sample size, how many responses, and I can easily copy it. Notice that each of these types of questions, the best type of graph is a pie chart. Most surveys that you do will either generate a pie chart, pie graph, or a bar graph, a column chart. In this case, all of the responses made most sense in this sort of format. But I might be curious, beyond just knowing what percentage of people listen to music and the time range everybody took and the different percentage of scores, I really want to know, and this doesn't show me, how did the people who listened to the movie soundtrack, what were their quiz comprehension scores? What were their average reading times? So for that, I'll need all the data that's been collected in a Google Sheet. So when I'm under the Responses tab, you'll notice up here it says Link to Sheets. When I click on that, it's going to create a new spreadsheet, a destination for all the responses. Again, as data comes in, this spreadsheet will be updated. Way up here is the Create button. I'll go ahead and hit that, and it tells me I'm linking all your data from your questions to a spreadsheet. And here we can see it gives each of the 3 questions I asked the responses, all organized by timestamp, when the particular participant answered my survey. So right now it's not very organized. I need a way to be able to analyze some subsets of this data. So what we're going to do is create a new sheet. Let's assume I have all the data I'm going to collect. No more will be imported. I'm going to go ahead and keep the original responses in case more data does come in. And right here, notice I clicked on the little arrow by Form Responses 1, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to make a copy of that. And on this, that way I can manipulate this sheet a little bit without wrecking the original data, just so I can start to maybe make some summaries. So notice that I also have done a feature. So let me actually go back and whoops. Okay, I did a little bit of tinkering while you were away. Here's the original data, and it's all random. What I had done, the first thing to do was I want to go ahead and group my data by which category everybody's in. So I'm going to select column B, and I'm going to go over here to Data and sort the sheet by column B from A to Z. It will keep the numbers that go with each of those data points together, and now it's organized by each of my groups. Now I can go ahead and duplicate this, and I've got everything organized. Okay, so first thing I might do is try and see what was the average comprehension score for each group. that's going to be a great tool to do. So I'm going to click on this row. I'm going to create some space. I want to insert a couple of rows in between. So I'm doing my right click, which is the double tap on the Chromebook, to insert some rows below. Okay? And in this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a very common function. I'm going to, a couple ways I could get to it, but I'm going to go ahead and insert a function, meaning kind of an equation, something it's going to do. And I want to get an average. It's going to be the arithmetic mean. And I want it to average all of the classical music scores. So I hit that, I select that, I'm going to hit enter, and there is the average. So I'm going to go ahead and label the box next to it the average comprehension score, 8.5. So that's for that. Let's go ahead and we'll do the same thing for this. Let me show you how I did that again. Again, I double tap. I'm going to do a row below. I'm going to do just 2 of those to have extra space. Oops, and it turns out I actually put something in the wrong spot. I want to go a row below the instrumental jazz. There we go. Right click, insert row below. And let's try it again. So another way I can do that, before I showed you insert function, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in equals average. And let's see. Look, it cleverly, the AI in this knew, because I'd set this apart, it says, do you want just this group? And yes, I do. All I had to do was hit equals and start typing average. It figured it out for me. So already I notice, so here's the average comprehension score. Already I'm noticing, maybe I'll bold that. You can't really tell that I bolded it. Let's go ahead and maybe fill that in so I can see what we have. Already I notice, with my very small sample size, that classical music listeners had a much higher score than instrumental jazz music. That would allow me to create a separate data table with each category of music and show the average comprehension score. There are many other things we could do. We can count various things, but I encourage you to at least know how to go from this to creating your sheet, viewing in sheets, being able to take the data and organize it, move things around. I encourage you to play around with that and ask for help to learn other features.